All right, we are live here from Duvall, Washington. Buddy Buck here with Duvall TV, and the Seahawks had a huge win last night, overtime, 38-37 against the Rams, who
That's
have beaten us pretty much every game for the last 5 years, right, Ryan?
that's
It's
right.
been a rough go, and you've seen them all. I know you've seen every single one of them. So we are here on the live. First of all, this is the first time we've done it this way, live on Instagram. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being a part of the growth and messing stuff up and us figuring new technology out. So thanks for sticking with us on that. So yes, fist bumps from Ryan Miller. You can see we got the big win up there on the screen. I'm going to cut in. So Ryan Miller, we are live with you right now, buddy. So
Let's go.
you're obviously driving, being very safe, of course, as you always are, because you're a fantastic driver. But Ryan, you were there. Like, tell us, just for the people that don't know, like, what is your normal job at the Seahawks?
Yeah, so I'm a camera operator for the Seahawks Lumen Field, and normally I'm in we call it reverse slash position. So I'm in the northeast end zone on a broadcast camera with a box lens, one of those big, 3-4 feet cameras. We're scoping people out. Well, yesterday I got moved down to the field, so I got to be your field camera, doing the coin toss, the tunnel runouts, all the stuff, the overtime. It was great.
That's super sick. So normally, like, you're way up, like, kind of with the fans or above the fans even. So when you like shift down to the field camera or whatever you called it, so is that like something that you rotate through, or is that just like you get a call like, hey dude, you're gonna like upgrade to the field today? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, so I think at the stadium, we all have a certain set of responsibilities and assignments, and normally they crew us for the season to our assignment. And yesterday, there's a situation where they needed a replacement for the field camera operator. So they slid me right into that spot, and I'm familiar with all the roles. So came right in, crushed it, and yeah, it's a great vibe. You're in the thick of it. You're ground level. You're getting run over by players as they catch the ball, toe tap out of bounds, or they score the game-winning touchdown, and they bombard you and shove you until you're beat.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Is there ever any times when you're like there and then you're just like, oh shit, like you're watching as like a fan, and then you have to realize like, oh wait, I'm supposed to go film this. Do you ever
Oh,
get
it's
caught in
yeah,
those moments?
that happened yesterday.
Oh, it did. Yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah,
Which
no, I
part?
mean I think my fandom, you got to tune it back, and it's been a year. There's so much of an emotional roller coaster on a game like yesterday that, yeah, 100% guilty of having those moments. Fortunately, nothing crazy, but you get caught up in looking at a moment and you go, oh crap, I gotta miss the shot or something. But fortunately, there's a ton of cameras. But yeah, it's a great field perspective, and the my favorite part, being very high energy, is that when a play happens on the field, I am sprinting up and down the sideline to get the next shot, and it's high energy, and I words can't describe.
That's awesome. So okay, so take us through just kind of the end of the game, like the actual regulation, right? Because that was all kind of crazy with the whole 2 point conversion, or I guess however that happened. But like for those that watched, everybody knows what we're talking about right now. But just from your perspective, like how did that kind of unfold with the 2 point conversion from Charbonnet with like the weird backward pass, and then like they almost
Oh
kicked it off and the whole thing? Like, tell us what that was like in the stadium.
yeah, there's so many thoughts. I think the stadium was confused, and I was confused, and we were on headsets equally as confused because the failed 2 point conversion had just happened. They're lined up for the kick. We're all about to shoot the kick, and then all of a sudden the refs are like, the previous play is under review, and I literally am like, what play? And because
Yeah.
it didn't feel like so far removed, but it was like far enough away that I was like, what are they reviewing? And then they start showing like the lateral pass. I'm like, oh, they think maybe it's a fumble. And then Charbonnet picked it up in the end zone, and I was like, they're gonna give us 2 points. That is the most chaotic 2 point conversion that you'll ever see in NFL history, and that ultimately is what helped continue the momentum. The Shaheed return, but then having that and then tying the game, allowing us to go to overtime, like it, yeah, the energy change from being down 16, basically 3 scores, 2 scores in a perfect world, and you're like, oh, is this going to go this way again? And then it changes, and next thing you know, boom, 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 we're back in it, and then overtime.
Yeah, that's wild, dude. That's wild. Okay, so then in the stadium, I'm sure when they like reversed it, I'm sure there's like a little murmur, and everyone's like, "Wait, what is going on? What is going?" Because everyone's trying to
It
figure it
was
out, right?
it was
And
pure confusion, and then there was murmurs, and then people were looking at me, and I have a headset on, and I'm like, oh, they're about to call this a good 2 points, and I tap the person next to me, and yeah, that I think we broke like 130 decibels. That it was insane.
wow, that's
Yeah.
freaking rad, dude. That's wild. Okay, so then we go to overtime. I mean, the 2 point conversions, the punt return for a tutty, like it just literally everything had to go perfectly. I know on Amazon because it's Thursday Night Football, so it's on Amazon Thursday Night Football. But like they were talking about the statistics because the whole analytics and everything, and the stats were like bonkers. I don't remember the number, but it was like
I think it was
astronomical.
we were 0 and like 176
Yeah.
on games where we are down by 15 or more to start the fourth quarter.
And the Rams were like 323 and 1 or 323 0 and 1 or something crazy. Like it
Yeah.
was pretty much a wrap for the Rams, right? And I know there was a lot of like I think the Rams were talking a lot of shit at the end of that. I heard
Yeah,
on
if
some of
you
the stuff
if
I've
you
seen.
watched Ernest Jones post game, he was talking about how the Rams were talking smack and came up to him, and that's when they were down 16, and they used that as fuel to come back and get him.
Yeah, man. Don't get the Hawks fired up, man. Don't get the
I'll
Hawks
tell you
fired
what,
up.
to continue on the Amazon Prime thing. So it's Amazon Prime show, so that means you have the Amazon Prime booth, and there I'm in the northwest end zone, and the Amazon Prime booth is set up right there, just on the west side. And I see, Richard Sherman, Andrew Whitworth, Krista Thompson, Tony Gonzalez, they're all hanging out right there. And I'm like, man, and we gotta whoop them up for the stadium boards to get, keep the crowd going. And I thought to myself, I'm like, Sherm's right there. I was like, if we get to third down right now, what a way to get the crowd in it if Sherm whooped him up. So I go and I tap on his shoulders like, hey, Sherm, you want to whoop him up right now? With confidence. And the stadium just erupts. And Sherman, yeah, it
Nice.
was a great feeling. Yeah.
So not only are you there, you're like stirring it up, right? You're like, ooh, here's an
Oh,
opportunity,
yeah.
right? These things are just like happening in real time.
It's storytelling. You create the drama.
Create the drama. Yeah, that's cool. So is that something like your producers and stuff like they're like, hey, actively look for these things, or is this just you having so much experience where you're just like, I'm just gonna go kick this hornet's nest and stir this up?
Yeah, I think it's understanding the cadence of the show and what they expect when, yes, they'll ask for things, but also having the know-how and what they would like to take. And there's a thing called selling a shot. So you want to find a shot to sell to your producer or director, and there might not even be a moment for that type of shot, but if you have a good enough shot, they'll be like, oh, we'll take that. So just a little insight: sell your shots.
Sell your shots. Okay. So can business owners sell their shots? How do they do that? Right? Like I think everyone's got a story to
Business.
tell.
Yeah.
No. Huh?
Well, yeah, it was a great game. And then we go to overtime, and I was like, wait, we got to do an overtime like coin toss. I'm like, I got to sprint out. And so I sprint out to the middle of the field. We do the overtime coin toss. JSN's out there, and he's like not having any of it. It's like, okay, we're business. And then
Oh,
they
what do
deferred.
you mean with JSN? He was just what? He was just like locked in?
Oh, he was just like, nah, like we're too good for you type.
Yeah. Well, I could see when he went out there too, is like, because a lot of times they're just like, dapping each other, even on overtime, like kind of like it's kind of loose, like, oh, could be fun even. But I felt like Stafford came over to JSN just from the shots I was seeing, and I was just like, oh, JSN is just, this is very like business. He is not
Yes,
trying to like be this guy's friend right now.
it was very business and just trying to make it all happen.
Yep. No, that's cool, dude. Any other thoughts? Like last kind of parting thoughts. We'll go ahead and put a bow on this, just for our first ever trial live stream on the StreamYard, powered by StreamYard. Thank you, and also from the Duvall Tavern. Not really a commercial, but I just love the Duvall Tavern, and so does Ryan. So I'm just repping the hat. Here we go. Esther, love out to the GM at Duvall Tavern. Any last thoughts, Ryan, on just how that game ended, the chaos in the end zone, screaming up to the fans, because you were literally, like you're saying, getting bumped into by the players and stuff.
Oh
What was
yeah,
that like for the people that would never experience that?
final thoughts were I was in the north end zone. Puka gets that big, 30, 40-yard touchdown. We go, well, all right. So sprint down to the other end zone. Seahawks are, game-winning drive. And we're just waiting for it to happen. And they march down the field. They score. And I was like, are they gonna go for the tie? Or are they gonna go for two? I'm like, you go for two and you don't get it, you lose. And here's your chance to shine. And they go for it. And crazy 2-point conversion, game winner. And they're right in front of me. And they just start bombarding the camera, shoving me around, and it can't describe the energy. It was amazing.
Wow, that's cool. All right, well, they can, however, live through you vicariously. Some of these things, I know you post some really cool sports content, Seahawks, Sounders, Kraken. Who else am I missing? Storm. Who else you got?
Yeah, Seahawks, Sounders, Kraken, Storm, Rain, Thunderbirds.
Yep, Thunderbirds.
Name
Yep.
them all.
Yeah, some of the
CHS
hockey stuff I've seen is sick, dude. Oh, CHS Red Wolves. Let's go, Red Wolves. Yeah, don't even get me started on that little mini documentary you did on the football team, dude. That was sick. So you could find that and find all of Ryan Miller stuff at R Miller Video or at RMV Pro on Instagram. And hey, Ryan, thanks for the time, man. Have a great rest of your drive. Thanks for taking the time for DTV, baby.
Let's go. DTV. It's all for Duvall, baby.
It's all for Duvall, baby. Peace.
Peace.